Great Awakening Divine People. I'm Mermaid Tells, and today I'm back with another pick a card reading. So the theme of this pick a card reading is going to be, what are they hiding from you and why? So as you can see, this reading is broken down into 3 piles. Here's pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the first pile. All right, so hello and welcome to everyone attracted to pile number 1. This is going to be your reading on what are they hiding and why. Now, this could be about what a particular person is hiding, people are hiding, a situation, a system. Let's just go ahead and see how the messages want to come out for you, pile number 1s. But I feel like for you, it's definitely you and another person. There's almost like there's some kind of balance going on. You know, for me, this gives an energy of a karmic tie. So it's almost like someone you are somehow karmically bound to. Now, this definitely feels like past life residue that you're being called to sever out of your life. So for many of you, this is in the form of some kind of toxic relationship. But the thing about this toxic relationship, pile number 1s, is that it's very hard for you to see it as a toxic relationship. For many of you, this could be a family thing. You know, it's those kind of insidious relationships where they've been there so long. It could be a childhood friend, someone you've known for. It's just someone you've basically known for a very long time. It doesn't have to necessarily have to be a family member. It's just one of those kind of situations where you and this person have known each other so long that it's almost like it's easy for you to become blind to each other's stuff, but this other person it's almost like pulling the wool over your eyes in a way. Like there's definitely some kind of deception going on. So the thing that they're hiding is, you know, it's a very deceptive kind of energy. So deceptive energies can come out in a few ways. It could come out as someone sort of being so wrapped up in their delusion that they're making you believe their delusion. Or it could be someone consciously being deceptive. Now, it's going to differ depending on who you are. For some of you, there's someone who is intentionally being deceptive with you, to you. For others of you, this is just someone who's so wrapped up in their delusions that you have gotten wrapped up in their delusions as well. For some of you, you may see this person as not doing any wrong. You know, this is a kind of toxic relationship because it's feeding. You two are feeding each other in some kind of way. Like, I feel like you attracted to this pile, you feel a very strong bond and connection, but some of you could be someone who is karmically bound to someone, and you know, it's like this person's energy is irresistible to you. You just want to be around, you just want to be wrapped up in that energy, and in the desire to become so wrapped up in their energy, it causes almost like obsessions, you know, and this is when manipulation can get into the factor. So let me go deeper in these cards, but there is a lot already coming out. But what I can tell you already, pile number 1s, is that there is a need for you to sever this kind of relationship. Let me show you the second pile because I feel this energy ready to come out. Now, first of all, look how beautiful. These are from the Kali Oracle. All of the cards for this reading that were on the front are from the Kali Oracle by Elena Fairchild. I highly recommend. But it's time for you to step fully into your beauty. For some of you, this is a romantic partner who has been holding you back. This is someone who has it's making it difficult for you to see your own beauty because this person this is not for all of you, but for some of you, it's like you can't see the true beauty in all that you are because this person has sort of, or people, you know, for some of you, it could be a larger system, but I really do feel like it's mostly that one person. So for those of you who are in a relationship, it's almost like this person could have told you that they could just make comments that make you second guess yourself, that make you second guess your appearance, that make you second guess your knowledge, your understanding. You know, there may be some kind of narcissistic relationship going on for some of you. especially if this is someone who you've known, like a childhood friend, someone you've known for a long time. For some of you, this could be a friends and benefits situation, and this person may be with you, and then they may date someone, and then they go back to you, and then they date someone else. So for some of you, you're being toyed along in that way. For others of you, like I said, this could be a more connected, like a family kind of relationship, and there is this desire for this person, because I feel like this attachment is one person really being attached and the other person sort of just keeping this attachment, even though deep down they know it is not good for them, or it is unhealthy. It doesn't have to, for all of you, it may not be like an extremely toxic kind of thing. I know I keep talking about the toxic energy that I'm feeling from here. And let me pull some other cards out. So especially with this 12th house, because this is where I'm getting that toxic energy. Let me just read these 3 cards together to get this out the way. Now, I do want to say this is not going to resonate with all of you, because for some of you, this is just someone, a very close connection. You know, you could be siblings, you could be cousins, you could be best friends. It's just a really strong connection, and it's been hard to pull away, even though I feel like there is a separation that's needed. Now, for those of you where this is a toxic relationship, like a romantic partner, or like a family member, again, this is a very leechy type of energy. This is someone who wants to sort of leech into your life, and they may make you second guess yourself, especially when it comes to beauty, because that's what I'm really getting from this card, making you second guess your appearance. You know, this is the type of person where they're gonna try to manipulate you and make it seem like, only point out your flaws so that you don't go someplace else, so that you don't, you know, leave them in a relationship. So some of you are being manipulated that way, you know, especially with this 12th house kind of energy. For some of you, it could be as deep as someone putting like a love spell or something on you, because they're just so desperate to be in your life. They're just so desperate to be with you. You know, there's this huge energy of desperation. And with this 12th house, you know, 12th house has a lot to do with magic. It is ruled by Pisces, so you have that Neptunian, dreamy kind of energy. So this person could really fantasize about you a lot. Now, for those of you where this is a darker kind of energy, I feel like you are aware of it in some kind of way. You are aware of the fact that this person is weighing you down, or this is something that you could be awakening to. But I want to move on to other energies, because this, for everyone, this is not just a darker, leechy kind of energy. For some of you, this is just a very strong, passionate connection. Now, there is like obsession going on. For some of you, this connection may not even be in your life yet. The way I'm describing it, this is someone who you're going to meet. Like, you'll meet someone, and then it'll be a very passionate, you know, Scorpio, intense kind of love, passionate in a relationship. Now, for those of you where this is like a connection that's trying to come in, I feel like that's also speaking to those people who need to sever some toxic old relationship that, you know, you may have been hanging on to because of, you know, because it's comfortable, because it's familiar, but deep down, you know that there is need for an escape and that it's holding you back. Now, look at this. Oh my goodness, pile number 1 is denial, right? So I keep saying deep down, you know, but for some of you, you could be in complete denial. Now, when someone's in denial, it makes room for delusions. When you are in a state of denial, that's when delusions can start to enter your life, because you'll rather believe a lie than believe the truth, because the truth is too hurtful for you, especially for those of you where this is a very strong connection, someone who you really love. This could be someone who you felt like saved your life in a way, or someone who you felt like has always been there for you. You know, there's some kind of obligation. There's some kind of obligation in this connection. And for others of you, again, this could just be someone who is completely obsessed with you. Just try to take the energy as it resonates. But for most of you, there is this denial energy where you don't want to admit. For some of you, this is telling me that there's something forbidden when it comes to this relationship, and that's what's keeping some of you wrapped up on it, you know? Like, depending on whether you are the person who is really obsessed or not, it's almost like the people who you have someone where no matter what it is, you just feel really obsessed with them, really wrapped up on it. Again, check out cutting cords, because for some of you, it could be some kind of either past life thing that's keeping you wrapped up, or maybe just this denial thing. But it's almost like for those of you who are really obsessed with someone, it's almost like it's a forbidden fruit, like, because there's just some element of mystery or unknown about it. It just makes it just like drives you nuts. I'm seeing like it drives you nuts. You just want to know. It's almost like you want to taste the fruit in a way. So for some of you, it's being really wrapped up. And for those of you who it is, the person you're obsessed with, they could just have this very strong Venusian energy. This is goddess God energy. So these people are revered in a way. So it makes sense. You could have either, for those of you who are really obsessed with someone, you could have had a past life as being this person's priest or priestess. And that's why, there's just something about this person that, for some of you, there's someone who you like almost worship. Like, that's how strong this energy is. And for others of you, this is how that person feels about you. Again, there's so many different ways that this resonates, but basically, with someone is hiding, someone's just hiding this obsessive energy, this passion. For some of you, you literally see the person like this Kamali Devi card. Like, you just see this person as this goddess or as this God energy, and it's almost like there's something so forbidden that it just drives you nuts in a way. Now, why this energy is being hidden, for some of you, this is just past life kind of energy. Again, there's this hint of magic, either through like a soul contract or karmic connection, or some kind of love spell, kind of energy. We also have the secret of Camelot. It says the authority of spirit. And the mirror. Wow. Other lives, past lives, dimensional lives. So exactly like I was saying about past lives, for many of you, there has been some kind of, like, there's someone, because all of you don't know about this connection. That's why it's strange. Like, for some of you, you're in a relationship and there's some kind of manipulation going on. That's what they're hiding. This person understands. They know how beautiful, how amazing you are, but for some of you, they are only telling you negative things and pointing out your flaws because they are manipulating you to stay with them, because they fear you really stepping into the truth of how beautiful you are, because they think you're going to leave them. So for some of you, that's what the person is hiding, and they're hiding it because they don't want to lose you. Now, I'm not going to go into all those different examples because those also fit into what's being hidden, but going into these cards over here with the authority of spirit and past lives, whatever it is, this person that you're either wrapped up on now, because for some of you, you get wrapped up in certain versions of this person. You may meet someone. This is so like funny how much this happens, how much the universe likes to use this scenario. So basically, you meet someone, and because they remind you of a very strong connection that you're going to have in that life, you could stay caught up on them for years. And it's not until you sever that connection that you meet someone. They may remind you of that old partner, but they don't have any of the flaws and any of the manipulations. Your spirit guides are telling me that some of you have gone through a dark mirror and like a reflective mirror. Basically, like, you have to go through, you're going to meet the lower version of your future romantic partner. You're going to have to learn lessons through that darker sort of phase, and it's not until you learn those lessons, completely sever those connections, that someone else comes in. So this definitely feels like twin flame energy. For some of you, you could be dealing with the darker side of your twin flame. Something that I don't think is spoken about enough in the spiritual community is the fact that twin flames have multiple versions of their twin flames. Just like there are multiple versions of your soul, your spirit that exists on this earth right now at this moment, there are also multiple versions of your twin flame. So for some people, you could get a reading saying, oh, you're going to meet your twin flame, but that's not really being clear enough for the universe now, is it, right? If you have 15 versions of your twin flame, you may meet a version of your twin flame. You may not meet the highest version of your twin flame. So that's what I always say to people when they book twin flames readings with me, is that it's not just enough to ask about your twin flame. You want to make sure you're with the highest version of your twin flame, because for some of you, you are with the darkest version of your twin flame, meaning they mirrored back all of the negativity to you. They projected lots of negativity onto you, and it's not until you sever that connection that you can meet the highest version of your twin flame. It's almost like you have to go through this trial phase of with this person, and it's not until you love yourself enough to break away and see your true beauty that you meet someone else, right? But for many of you, it was hard because there was this denial. Now, when I say this darker version of your twin flame, pile number ones, I'm not just talking about romantic partners. For some of you, there could have been another version of your twin flame that you had to go through all of these lessons and life cycles with. It could have been, that twin flame could have been in your life in a form of a family member or a friend, because twin flames do not just always incarnate to be together as romantic partners. So as you can see, this is very convoluted. When you start talking about twin flames and you start talking about mirrors, it gets into so many different like dimensions and stuff like that, that it can get a bit convoluted. But either way, pile number ones, with someone hiding from you, the more practical thing is, you know, basically not acknowledging your beauty. And it's not until you can acknowledge it in yourself, because a lot of the times they don't know why they're doing it. They don't know why they're only, you know, not acknowledging your beauty. It's just the dynamic that you're playing out together, because you both are meant to break free of it so that you can meet, you know, live in a higher version. That's how sometimes you can see people, they could be in a very toxic relationship together, but then when they break out, they can both get into very healthy relationships. Some people just have lots of karmic lessons to get through with each other, but then when they break free, you know, that connection they can still form healthy connections. It's just a major lesson that I see for you, pile number ones. But that's actually all I have for your reading. Please do let me know in the comments below how this resonated with you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. All right, so hello and welcome to everyone attracted to power number 2. This is going to be your reading about what are they hiding and why. So this is very interesting, pile number 2s, because for your reading, I feel like the they is almost like a societal kind of thing. It's almost like the people who you interact with, multiple people that you interact with. It's almost like there's this dynamic that you have where the people around you at some point in your life treated you almost like they could not see you, treated you like they were less than, may have overtalked you, may have looked past you, you may have felt invisible, you may have felt slighted. I feel like, you know, there could have been lots of feelings of disappointment. There could have been instances of bullying and stuff like that. I just feel like there have been at some point in your life, especially near the early years, because so much root chakra energy from here, there could have been just lots of pain when it came to interacting with the people around you in your world. And it's almost like what they have been hiding is that the people in your life were not interacting. You were not being interacted with in that way because you were less than, because you were a disappointment. None of that was ever true. All of this was just preparing you to be able to see your worth, to be able to step into your power. You know, I feel like at one point in your life, many of you may have felt like there was no one who you can make proud, like just feeling completely lost. You know, this is almost an energy of feeling like a complete outsider, feeling like there was no one or nothing that you could really latch onto. That's how painful these interactions and experiences. But again, the day that this is talking about, what was being hidden, what they were hiding, was the fact that, and again, I don't think people were consciously doing this, but I feel like people were treating you less than and not good enough because they saw how great you were. They saw your potential. They saw your purpose. And because there was this dynamic, this energy that this energy exchange that was happening, it's almost like that was not being mirrored back to you, because some of you may not have believed it, you know, like some of you could be the best at what you do, and you could be doing something and you know there's something better, there's something more, there's something greater that you want to do, but there may be some kind of hesitation, some kind of block, right? You know, in a way, it's almost like the they that's hiding something from you. For some of you, it is yourself, you know, hiding your potential even from yourself. That's how painful, you know. I feel like anything to steer clear. Some of you may be a bit recluse, you know. Let me pull out the rest of the cards and we can see deeper. All right. We also have visions, which is very interesting because I was picking up, okay, let me pull the cards out. I'm getting ahead of myself. Individuality. I feel like the picture will be painted clearer when all the cards are on the table. And again, you know that has a higher meaning for you all, pile number twos. There were just, I feel like, lots of situations, lots of things that happened in your life, and because all the cards were not on the table, because everything was not outlined, you may not have fully comprehended exactly what was going on. So I feel like there were times in your life, pile number two, where you questioned your worth, you questioned your purpose. You know, you questioned why certain things were happening to you because you did not have the full picture, the full story. So a lot of this is getting revealed to you right now, pile number twos. All right. Yes, because we also have Cancer with I feel. We have 7th house with partners. We have Light Dancer. And the final card is the Hidden World. So interesting. It says changing consciousness, awareness, extra sensory perception. You are very special, pile number twos. You're a very special individual, and that's why your life journey had to be the way it was, right? For you all, I feel like you went through some battles, especially when it came to the relationships, the people in your life, lots of fights, lots of battles. This Cancer energy really equipped you, sort of like having this hard shell, sort of like having this protective gear, because constantly being met with animosity or bitterness from the people around you. And for those of you, I feel like this all had to do with the evolution of your soul. So like, it's very interesting because the question is, what are they hiding from you? But this isn't, I feel like this wasn't really a conscious thing. This was the people in your life getting pulled into a dynamic to mirror back to you the way you felt on the inside. But you felt like that on the inside because of things that happened. People telling you, you know, it's almost like a cycle, right? People telling you that you're not good enough, having difficult situations with the people in your life. Now, for some of you, this could be more focused on relationships, like romantic relationships, you know, but that's very much in the energy of pile number ones, right? I feel like this had to do with you growing as an individual, you seeing yourself clearly, because even you have this vision card in Cancer. These are both the moon energy. So this is this is a subconscious kind of thing. So this thing that's being hidden, it's subconscious patterns. It's, you know, people treating you or telling you, making you feel a certain way, and then you internalize these negative feelings about yourself. So then the people in your life then start to act out, you know, how you feel. So it's very confusing. I feel like for many of you, there could have been lots of confusion on figuring out who you are as an individual. You see, even as she has these tattoos in her face, on her face, it's almost like carrying certain marks with you. It's very interesting because I feel like you are a very magical people. That's why this manifested in your life in such a blatant way. But either way, this is so interesting. Now, for some of you, I know I'm speaking on more general terms, but for some of you, this could be something that's, this could have been a particular group of people in your life. you know, a particular group of people who may have been intimidated by you. So then they all join together to sort of make you seem like you weren't good enough, especially with this card here. But again, I don't want to word this pile number twos in a way that, you know, it was anybody's fault, but it all happened with a purpose, so that you can become your radiant self. It's very important for you to shine in this life. You know, like, you are going to be a star in some kind of way. Some people can be very bright, big stars where they shine their light on the entire world. And, you know, this is what we call celebrities, superstars. Some people could be a star in their job, a star in their neighborhood. However it manifests in your life, you are supposed to shine your light and be that radiance, that star to the people in your life. So there had to be a cycle where there was darkness mirrored back to you, so that you can step into a cycle where there's great light that's being mirrored back to you, especially when it comes to your relationships. You first had to feel what it was like, because I feel like you are going to have some kind of power in some kind of way, you know, like either being in a really high up position in your job, or taking some kind of political position in your community, some kind of activist. I feel like whatever you do, there's going to be some power behind it. So you have experienced what it's like for people in a position of power to abuse you, or to treat you as less than, or ridicule you, or bully you, right? So now that you have that understanding, you can be in the position of power without being corrupted, right? Because not everyone understands, not everyone goes into positions of power thinking that they're going to be corrupted. You know, power is just one of those situations where you don't really know how you're going to react until you get a lot of it, right? Some people can say what they're going to do when they win $1 million, but after they win the $1 million, they may do something totally different, right? It all depends on the person. So I feel like this was all preparation for you, because when you become that shining light, when you become that star, you're going to be able now to really empathize with the people who work under you, with the people who, you know, work for you. Whatever it is that, however you are shining, right? You had to be able to see yourself clearly, right? Because when you have people around you attacking you and calling you names, or when you have someone telling you that you're stupid or that you're ugly, you know, some people may take that and just believe it. But when you can break out of that, when you can say, you know what, I see beauty in myself, or you know what, I see intelligence in myself, whatever it is, however people may have tried to break you down, that breakdown in a way really built you up, right? Because it really sort of helped you to understand what that was like firsthand, right? You know, this could even work on like a more practical level when it comes to jobs. Someone who knows what it's like to work at the bottom, to work in fast food, and then become like the CEO or the manager, they're gonna have all of those experiences, rather than someone who doesn't know what it's like to start from the bottom, because not everyone has to start from the bottom. So there's just this energy of starting from the bottom in that kind of way, but that really preparing you. So it's very interesting, because it's not necessarily like people have been hiding something from you, but in a way it is. They've just been hiding from you what it was hard for you to see. That really goes into this vision card right here, right? You all had to learn how to see yourself clearly, not see yourself through the lens of other people, right? If you only look for your power and purpose in other people, you're going to be confused, because if you're only trying to be what people want you to be, you're not really going to be able to ground yourself in anything, because everyone's going to have their different opinion. You first have to know who you are deep down. You have to first know your heart. You first have to know you're unique, how you shine, right? That vision needs to be clear. And I feel like for you all, that's just what happened. You likely had some really tough experiences with people, but in a way, they were all doing you a favor. So the why is just that, what I said. All of this was happening to prepare you to be at your peak, to be at your highest, because for many of you, you are well on your way to becoming, you know, a business owner or like a CEO or a manager or someone in a very strong position of power. So now you're the person that the people at the bottom are going to be able to go to because they know you're going to understand, right? You're the type of person where no matter what job you work, you'll be really flexible and the people you can talk to because you've had those experiences. So that's all I have for your reading, pile number 2. Please do let me know in the comments below how this resonated with you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. All right, so last but not least, we have pile number 3. This is going to be your reading on what are they hiding from you and why. Okay, so pile number 3, I'm just gonna go ahead and put your cards on the table. These are from the Kali Oracle. This is Kaladara, I believe. I'm not even gonna try to butcher these pronunciations, so I'm just gonna put the cards on the table. We have the North Node, and check this out, pile number 3s. You also have this South Node, so very, very powerful energy. And then to finish it up, we have the Light Priestess. It says Galactic Wisdom, Cosmic Ritual. And then we have Aurora Garden. It's, wow, beginning, initiate, origin. This is a very powerful, very spiritual pile number 3s. I feel like the they and the what are they hiding from you is your spirit guides. So that's how powerful this energy is. You are about to be revealed something that your spirit guides have been hiding almost in a way from you, because it has to do with your life purpose. When we're starting out the reading with the ending of the cycle, it's almost like the ending of the cycle of darkness. You know, you had to go through a certain period of your life where things were not revealed. So now that you're sort of stepping out of that new cycle, and this energy, whenever you watch this reading, I feel like either sometime after you watch that reading up until the next 3 days after, there's going to be something major revealed in your outer world. For many of you, just listening to these messages are going to trigger divine truth. So really pay attention. Even if some kind of idea comes into your mind during the reading, pause it, write it down, because there are divine truths being revealed to you. Now, it's almost like the reason why something was intentionally hidden from you, your guides were not, it's almost like an allowancing, like your guides could not share certain information with you. And a lot of that had to do almost like with this contrast between your higher self and your earthly body. So this has to do with literally your connection with the divine. So for many of you, you could have some kind of crown chakra awakening. I feel like you are really ascending in this life in particular. So there were lots of sort of past life debts that you had to pay off. There's lots of karma that you came in this life to resolve, more so than most people. You right, even with this initiate energy in this beginning, it's like you may have had a period where there was lots of challenges because there were lots of things that you had to resolve. It's almost like your life's purpose was breaking through obstacles, and while you were at that stage where you were breaking through obstacles, it was almost like your guides are saying it was necessary for certain things to be hidden in the dark, because you wouldn't have understood it, and I feel like it may have derailed you in some kind of way. So it's like your guides were hiding it was like they were hiding a true aspect of your energy. So for many of you, it could be reuniting almost with a part of your spiritual ancestry that you were not aware of, connecting to your ancestry in that kind of way. For many of you, I wouldn't be surprised if you have these sudden awakenings to your past life, or sometimes when this happens to people, they can go to a certain place and then all of this energy rushes back to them as they remember something in a past life. Or you could have a dream and it triggers some kind of memory of a past life. Whatever it is, it's almost like what's in here, what's hidden in this message, because it's almost like this message is going to be in a cryptic way, right? Because I feel like your spirit guides are making it adamant that you have to be at a certain level in order to even understand this energy. Again, you have to fully break out of whatever it is that you were struggling with, right? Another message, what they're hiding from you, it's almost like at this stage, all you have to do is ask for it to be revealed. And I know it may sound simple, but I feel like when you put it into words, you can say, spiritual guides, angels, ancestors, please reveal to me what you have been hiding from me. Please reveal to me the aspects of my life purpose that you have been hiding from me, or that have been hidden from me. And then that's when it's sort of like you can allow them to be revealed. But before, I feel like even if you would have been asking your spirit guides to reveal certain things that were hidden, I feel like the universe was not revealing that, because there's like these levels that you have to take of life and death and rebirth so that you can awaken to this connection. It's almost like your higher self is this specific energy, but you may have felt slightly connected to it, but it's not until something's triggered in you that sort of like the pieces falling together. So this is a kind of big awakening for what they have been hiding from you, pile number 3s. But I feel like I'm leaving you a little bit hanging, because your guides aren't necessarily saying everything that they were hiding from you. They're just letting you know that they have been hiding something from you. And the why is because you had to grow, and you also had to be trust enough in your spiritual connection to ask your guides for help. A lot of people don't ask guides for help because they don't trust that it's going to happen. This comes with wisdom. What you have experienced has gained you the wisdoms. And also, pile number 3s, I feel like there was a need to cleanse off and let go of karmic ties. So if you have recently let go of a connection, that connection that you recently let go of is leading to some kind of breakthrough, or has led to some kind of major breakthrough, in some kind of invitation for, again, this higher energy, your connection to this higher side of your soul, in order to become manifest. Now, I know this is a very spiritual thing, but I feel like this is a big spiritual awakening that you're going to have, pile number 3s. Because your spirit guides are revealing something major that has been hidden in the dark, especially with me channeling this during the energy of the Scorpio full moon. So really pay attention to your dreams. You have a cat right here. Really pay attention to your pets, to your familiars, if you have any. And even with this light priestess energy, you see this card. It looks almost like the sky is opening up, and there's like this big star mother who's being revealed. Some of you, it could be as big as like seeing an angel and having a communication with one of your guides, one of your angels, one of your ancestors. Make sure you really pay attention to that communication, because they are revealing something that has been hidden, something that may have been weighing you down could be revealed. And so then once you shed light on that, that's when you awaken to this higher side of yourself. It's like this high priestess energy. It's like your higher self, but for some reason, it's almost like there's been a veil in between you and this side of yourself. And it was not until you overcame a certain amount of obstacles, especially if you just, like I said, if you just severed a connection, it was not until all of these cycles of birth, death, and rebirth happened, and even until this energy of the full moon. So something else I recommend that your guides are telling me, it's almost like in this reading, you're getting preparation so that they can reveal what's hidden from you, and you're getting the answer as to why. You all may have felt like there was something higher. You could have felt that you were always really connected to something bigger, something really strong. You could have always been in touch with this energy, but you maybe not have been able to put it in words or quite understand what this connection is about. But I feel like that's something that's going to be revealed, like literally right now in this energy, especially if you could just take this reading and really digest the energy. Because when I'm channeling, it's not just the words that come out, it's also the vibrations that are coming out, the healing energy that's being sent, the light energy that's being sent as you're looking at the pictures and as you're fully ingesting this reading. It's almost like there are certain codes within this that's going to help unlock these doors in a very specific way so that this information can be revealed. And when you connect to this aspect of your higher self, pile number 3s, your life is going to completely change. This is that connection, especially if you always felt like you were an indigo child or a star seed. I feel like many of you really connect. And if you don't know, I can leave the link, or you can just look up indigo child. Definitely look up those, because I feel like you all may be a part of that, or some kind of powerful star seed, and it's awakening to that aspect of your soul, because that's been cut off before. That's been cut off before, but it was cut off with a reason, because you had to, like, when it comes to the South Node, this is your comfort zone. That's what the life's debts are. This is the things that you spent your life doing. That's what the South Node is about. The North Node is breaking free of this comfort zone kind of energy and doing something new. So that's what the ending of the cycle is about. The ending of the cycle is breaking free of any kind of, breaking free of that comfort zone, breaking free of any kind of karmic debt that you have been holding within you. And when you break free of that, when you basically ascend your astrology, because that is possible, it's not the case that you have to spend your entire life resolving these past life, connections or any kind of karmic debt. You can work and resolve that karma, and that's what I feel like is happening. But just make sure you're calling on your higher self and you're asking those higher guides, because that's what this energy over here is all about. Really not just allowing this energy, but sort of asking and allowing higher energies to come and help you to clear that karmic debt so that you can connect to your star family, because that's going to be really important for your life's purpose. Especially in this full moon energy, you have the potential to do a lot of transformative work right now. As you're watching this, pile number 3s, you have the ability to really transform a lot of karmic debt, a lot of karmic weight that has been built up. And when you let go of that huge burden, when you resolve it, when you, like, if there was some kind of energy that you have been connecting on, maybe you've been like called to listen to a song on repeat because it's triggering memories or something like that, and if you feel like you've been purging lots of energy, you've been crying more, let that energy flow through you, because you are doing yourself a favor. You are absolving all of that South Node, this life's debt, that karmic contract kind of debt. And when you let all that go, you're able to rise to a higher level. Karmic debt is almost like walking around with these like weights, these chained weights on you. And when you're able to sever karmic debt, it's like cutting off the chains. They are really ready to help you. But that's actually all I have for your reading, pile number 3s. Please do let me know in the comments below how this resonated with you. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.